Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase, pricing, and availability questions concerning this watch. And this watch was launched in 2025, the latest in a long series of Speedmaster Moonphase timepieces. It is the Omega Speedmaster Moonphase Meteorite. Two versions were launched. This is the black PVD Meteorite. You can see it has a black PVD meteor dial with moons made of moon meteorite. So 43 millimeters in diameter in steel. The watch is 14.1 millimeters thick, 48.5 from lug to lug, and it's got a 21 millimeter spacing in between the lugs. The 2025 piece is designed to be a little bit nostalgic, and nowhere is that more evident than in the somewhat vintage inflected design of the bracelet. We'll throw all of this on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference, and you can see with the bracelet now equipped with pivoted end links, it's no broader than the lug to lug dimension across the wrist, so it fits better than with a solid end link. As a result, this watch easily fits my wrist. I might even say that if your wrist is a tiny bit smaller, let's say 15 centimeters circumference, this might actually work. There's your over-the-top shot. There's your down the barrel. It's not excessively thick because Omega has gone with a manual wind movement on this one, though you can see the outcropping of the bezel could pose some challenges to very tight cuffs. Jackets should be fine. The bracelet, despite the pivoted end link, feels modern, even though it looks vintage. It's very solid, has very little play. We have quite a few screw-fixed removable links if we want to fine-tune the fit, and you can see we have those on both sides. We also have a little push-button slider that's built in, so you get that push-button incremental adjustment right there. You can see how I'm able to adjust that out a few millimeters. It's a great on-the-fly size in, size out. You can see we've got a folding clasp that features media blast, polish, and setination, as well as twin triggers and a thick gauge single swing arm right here. And it is very secure. You got to press both triggers to open it up. 50 meters water resistant, more than a standard dress watch, but you still probably don't want to swim with it. That's just my advice. Taking a look at the case band, it's very familiar. We've got the narrow mid case brushed all the way across, the bevel that runs end to end on both sides. We have the lyre style lugs with the inward and the outward bevel, as well as the somewhat asymmetrical profile that first debuted on the Speedmaster Professionals in the first half of the 1960s, providing a bit of sheer guard for the crowns. Then we've got a ceramic bezel insert. It is a tachymetric scale, dot over 90 style, so a scratch-resistant tachymetric bezel, allowing you to use the chronograph to gauge the speed of an object, such as a race car or perhaps a racing airplane around a course. Taking a quick look at the dial now, you can see there's actually quite a bit of information here. The hands and the indices are all white gold, so they won't tarnish, oxidize, or discolor with time. Then we have sub-registers, one of which is a northern and southern hemisphere moon phase, and you can see the approximate age of the moon on the scale adjacent. We have little moon meteorite marbled moons, so these are actually polished down from moon meteorite. They are the real deal. We've got a mono counter for chronograph minutes and chronograph hours, so we get this twin counter style dial, but we get chronograph seconds, minutes, and hours. You can see there's an azurage or a sort of concentric pattern in there. Then we have a pointer style date and running seconds. Let it be known the watch does feature hacking seconds. And then there is a quick set mechanism that allows you to alternately quick set the moon or the pointer date. Now it should be noted that the stars you see on this Moonphase display are the stars as they appeared in the sky the night Apollo 11 reached the moon. So that is what you're looking at there. Getting much closer, you can see a genuine piece of meteorite iron is used to create this dial. Now these are the oxidized Widmann-Staten patterns that you see on these jewelry-style oxidized meteorite components. So first you create these crystalline-like oxidation, then you stabilize it so that they won't continue to oxidize, and so they'll look like this forever. We have a vertical clutch chronograph system, so when you engage it, there's no jump, stagger, or extraneous motion of the seconds hand. You're also able to keep it running full-time if you wish, because the vertical clutch has no additional play, wear, or tear. Let's do a quick loom shot. Take a look at the swatch in the dark. There you go. You can see the chronograph seconds hand is luminescent. We have a column wheel action for the caliber. The chronograph operated by a column wheel function selector, which you can see through a skeletonized mono bridge on the back. It makes for crisp feel. And then we've got a free sprung balance and a full balance bridge for shock resistance, a coaxial escapement that replaces the sliding friction of a Swiss lever with the tangential friction of George Daniel's most famous innovation, the coaxial escapement, that improves chronometry, reduces maintenance needs, and improves power reserve. With 2 barrels here, we have a 60-hour power reserve. The 9300 and 9900 versions of the 8500 family are for chronographs, so they have a beat rate of 28,800 vibrations per hour rather than the 25,200 of the non-chronograph versions of these movements. So you can have a conventionally calibrated 8 beat per second chronograph dial. Now the movement has a silicon hairspring, anti-magnetic balance staff, anti-magnetic escapement, and it is anti-magnetic to over 15,000 Gauss. That is a minimum, not a maximum. Master chronometer. What does it mean? It means a 6-position chronometry test is a fully assembled watch to run no worse than -0 + 5 seconds per 24 hours, but also power reserve, durability, water resistance, and anti-magnetism. It is actually tested to over 15,000 Gauss. And yes, the tolerance for timing is -0 + 5 as a fully assembled watch, better than a bare movement in a COSC test. 45 joules, you can see it features arabesque Côte de Genève across its bridges and both polished and blackened screws. The decoration is mechanical, though it is also attractive. There's a lot to love in this watch, which is packed with value. If you want one, reach out to me, Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.